So why tech consulting? That's the discussion today. Welcome to another 9 at 9. It's Sunday morning. It's day 50 in the 99-day YouTube challenge. And I wanted to update the project progress on the project. Man, not the voice isn't working yet this morning, and talk about the shift that I'm going to be undertaking to tech consulting. And I teed it up a little bit yesterday, the importance of me really trying to target an audience on this channel. And I'm going to be targeting that group, a group that might be interested in my world. I just call it tech consulting because I think that's a broad enough term. Honestly, consulting in general is a good place for people to consider launching their careers or pivoting their careers to for mid-career people. But tech consulting is my world. I'm super attracted to it. It's such a beneficial place for people to learn skills and honestly test themselves and solve problems and be a part of the solution. And so I wanted to explore that topic a little bit today. I'm going to be putting videos out that are properly edited and loaded about tech consulting, the skills that are needed, a roadmap to break into this space, some of the tools that people might play with to get more comfortable with the world that I'm in, and certainly why it's so important to me. So that's what I wanted to touch on today. And honestly, these live 9 at 9 opportunities are for me to, test out some topics in my head and feel it out. And, potentially in the future, when we have this community around this subject, answer questions that people have and build this as a kind of a daily scrum. A few videos ago, I talked about sprints. Actually, it's not that long ago. Time's moving quick. And the importance of keeping a day-to-day progress report on yourself and your team. And so a scrum is this morning opportunity to kind of check in. How did you do yesterday? What do you intend to do today? Okay, here's the list. How did you do yesterday on the stuff that you said you were going to do? And why, if not, didn't you do it? And then what are you going to do today? And then again, make sure it's in line with the sprint that you're focused on. So right now, my sprint, the 9-day sprint that I'm in, is focused on trying to get better at targeting this audience that I know I want to build around this subject of technology consulting and participating in this space. Why is it so important to me? One, it changed my life significantly. So we got to Washington, D.C. in 2009. Prior to that, I was a corporate guy just supporting the broadband industry. I had built some small businesses and I had participated in web applications that were using broadband. So I was always on the tech side, the broadband side, but on the corporate side of things. I was definitely a finance guy early on. I have a master's in finance. My career was really heading towards the CFO kind of role for a corporation. But I kind of got flatlined a little bit. I got bored, honestly, too. Finance just wasn't really doing it for me anymore. I really started looking into alternatives to challenge myself a little. Analytics became that place that I got interested in. I'm trying to use less super excited. You'll notice that I'm paying attention to the words I'm overusing, and this video talking gets such great practice for this stuff. So I wanted to challenge myself a little differently. Analytics became this place that I knew I could be good at, but it was hard to break in. So I started just practicing and learning some lingo and some of the tools in a small way. Honestly, I used YouTube a lot. And then I was able to get into a project that benefited from analytics skills, but also my finance skills. And that bridge into consulting changed everything for us, my family, because it was there that I was able to test myself against some of my colleagues and prove that I had the capability to build a team and execute on these projects. And I'll admit in the beginning, it was a big challenge. It was a completely different world, supporting clients, measuring your time, making sure that your team, timesheets became a thing. I hated it. But I get it. You actually have to charge your client for the time that you're billing. And so we have to track those things. And that was a learning experience for me. But the team building and the people, I was kind of able to do that, the communication skills, and then I was able to rise and grow and build even bigger teams and accomplish even greater things. And someday maybe I'll spend the time to talk about some of the big projects I was a part of in the government that I'm allowed to talk about. And I hate to say it that way, but when you do government work, there are projects that you're not allowed to talk about. I mean, it's totally natural. It's not a big time kind of thing, but you get different clearances when you support the government. And so depending on the work you're doing, you keep some of that stuff to yourself. So it's just a fascinating space. And again, DC tends to be government supported consulting, but we have plenty of commercial consulting here too. And around the country, there are tons of consulting opportunities to support commercial entities. And I say commercial, meaning non-government. So why do I recommend it? Because I wasn't getting the opportunities in the corporate world, and I was enjoying some kind of growth, but the tech consulting space really provided big time growth for me. And it was a game changer. So I want people to know about it. I want people to realize the opportunities there. And I also want to tell you, this community and anyone that will listen, that this is a moment of transition as a society that you have to participate in. Like, you must start using these tools to execute your day-to-day, so that you get comfortable with them, or you're going to get left behind. It's that serious. And unfortunately, what's happening now is that I'm noticing that even young people are not using these tools at a level that they should. And previously, it was older generations that didn't keep up, and so we accepted it. Like, my mother still doesn't want to do email ever, and she's never on the internet. It's a struggle for her to participate in today's economy, honestly. Like, she wants everything printed. It's a challenge for her. And I warned her about that years ago, that if she didn't get comfortable with this, that there would be issues. And so even young people today not embracing some of this tech that is growing rapidly. And it's not just AI. There are just so many other tools that we use that are just wonderful and honestly, like, will help your day-to-day and help your productivity and help your current team and help your current job and everything. And so it's really important that you play with these tools. And if you do play with these tools and you get comfortable with them, we have clients that will benefit from your services, and you can increase your income. There's just no question about it. You will increase your income because the clients are willing to pay a little more for that temporary work. So understanding why consulting is so beneficial. Clients want help, but they don't need help forever. So they need help in a project kind of way. And we rally around a project, which is also very beneficial to learn how to act in a project kind of manner. And then they are done. So they're willing to pay more for that temporary work. And then we just move on to another project, and we just do that over and over and over again. Some projects last longer than others, and that's fine, but it's all different. And sometimes you travel, which is cool, and sometimes you don't. Like, there's so many different aspects of the space, and there's so much need. I need to get the word out, and that's my mission. So my mission is to help close this tech skills gap. So this is a massive thing in society that I don't think enough people are talking about, where we have a huge need for people that have these skills. It's remarkable how many we need, and we don't have them. And so we are, as leaders in my business, willing to teach people literally and pay them. So we're willing to pay you and teach you, but you have to come with some foundational skills to begin with, and that's what I'm going to be talking a lot about. So this tech skills gap, I'm going to get the numbers, and I'm going to work with people in my community and beyond who are attacking this, and they're really that's their focus, and I want to participate in it. So I'm going to get more data around it. But tech consulting is just a space that everyone who wants to either change their careers, of course, there's some foundational things you need. For most consulting, unfortunately, we still need education, some sort of criteria that clients can feel like, okay, at least they have this or that. I'm thinking that's going to change in the future, and in some cases it's already changing. But if you have no degree and no experience, of course, you can't just pivot into this. But I'm going to help with the roadmap on how you can do some of that, because there's certifications and other paths to the space that I'll share. I know I rambled. I'm going to be piecing this stuff together in videos that have, steps. But that's what you're going to be seeing over the next couple of weeks. A quick update on the project. I'm going to check the time real quick. Oh, Jesus, man, just flies by this time. Quick update on the project. Lost a little track of time yesterday, and it's mainly because I was helping someone in my technology and consulting world who has a ridiculous opportunity in front of him, and he needed to choose between two, right? Two great opportunities. And it's an example of how this world can change a life. When he started in my world, he would have never sniffed at this opportunity. And he put in the time. So it hasn't been a long time, and I don't want to provide details here. But his entire world has changed because he leaned into the space, helped clients, built relationships, communicated well. And it's just remarkable. So I spent some time with him. I dropped everything to help a friend, and I lost a little track of some things, but I was able to make some good progress on a vision of how I want this to be. I put in a lot of time with AI last night, and we're going to talk more about how I use AI all the time. And I worked on that last night while watching some football. So it wasn't a super productive day. It was Saturday, but I'm trying to be productive literally every day. So I don't want to talk about Saturdays or Sundays. It's Sunday morning right now, and here I am in the office. One benefit of this office, I will say, it's 7 minutes from my house. Beautiful. I was able to leave my house, come here, set this up, shoot this video, and now I'm heading to the gym. All right, have a good one. We'll talk tomorrow.